the life of Martha recycled the flesh of the ogre, leaving the skeletal remains to ward off any would-be interlopers from crossing the hills. And it looks like I've got a ton of wealth, which I can't imagine.
What do you have?
Just coins, I guess. I don't know what Mama B does with these coins. They're probably just piled up in the kobold lair somewhere.
Probably. That's why lairs have so many coins, is because kobolds don't have anything to do with them, so they just hoard them.
Yeah, they're shiny, so, those must have been from the ogre. I can't imagine where else I would have 50 gold. He also had the decorated skull.
I was carving things into, yeah. So you have 3 tribes now. You've got your own tribe, the Red Moons and the Long Paws. And let's see. I think your total number of kobolds under your command is now 60, 71, and 35 is 106 kobolds.
This is not including the Long Claws.
This does include the Long Paws, yes.
Up in the Thistle Forest or whatever?
Yes, the ones that you recently... Circle? Yeah, the ones that are circled up, up there.
Okay, but the 3 tribes are more or less... Well, I don't know. No, I mean, how many weeks later are we picking up?
That's a good question. Is there anything that you would have liked to do in the downtime, or do you just want to wait for the Long Claws to bring their people over and you have the big
There's Long Claws is supposed to... Yeah. That's like 6 weeks down the line or something.
But it's already been a week. So it's 5 weeks down the line.
Mama B will encourage, even before that point, encourage like intermixing between the 3 tribes and travel and trade, at least of information between the 3 layers. Okay. We'll have scouts on that border with the metallic hills. I don't think that's what the kobolds call them, but
no, definitely not.
The hills.
The hills. The bears.
And otherwise getting back to our kobold lives.
All right. So let's say it's been a week since the ogre incident.
All right. Has there been any sightings of anything coming over those hills, or relatively peaceful?
It's been a relatively peaceful week. One of your kobolds, a little one named Urkoff, stubbed his toe and needed you to heal it. That was the exciting thing from yesterday. And a kobold named Walklash fell out of a tree. Didn't hurt himself too badly, smacked his head. But other than that, it's been a peaceful week. You and your... What is your tribe's name?
The Moon Tribe. The Moon Tribe.
The Moon Tribe.
For clarification, because there's the Red Moon Tribe, and now there's the Long Moon Tribe, so...
You're just the Moon Tribe. Yeah.
The Moon Tribe, sort of like Homo sapiens sapiens.
Sure, right? But we just called them Homo sapiens, so we'll just call you the Moon Tribe.
The Moon Tribe.
Tomato. Right. So the Moon Tribe has been hanging out, doing what kobolds do best. When you get word from a few of your scouts that there are humans nearby, there are no-furs in your woods. Can you believe that? The audacity of those creatures.
Yeah, where am I when I hear this? And where are these no-furs?
You're in your cave. Your big lair. You don't have the walls, but you've got the water. You've got some defensive fortifications from natural things. It's a beautiful little lair.
And where have no-furs been spotted?
The no-furs have been spotted to the northeast. Not all the way over by the village where you took so many people to go investigate that one time. They've been spotted much, much closer, within your actual 7 square mile territory, or 7 miles square territory. They've been spotted just a few miles from this very cave.
Ooh, I think this warrants Mama B going and checking this out in person. So I'll gather a small squad of kobolds. I'm actually curious what the Monsters Manual says about kobolds in a group.
Feel free to take a look. You have all access to the kobold page.
I'm just curious if there is a reasonable encounter size, I'll just roll that. If not, I will.
Oh, I like that approach.
Yeah, stroke of inspiration, but it might be like the hundreds of kobolds that. Well, maybe that would inspire an overreaction. I'll bring the whole tribe. I believe my no furs are in the Red Moon Cave.
You moved him over to the other cave? Oh, yeah, to help with the construction, of course.
All right, kobolds, random kobold encounter is 5 to 20 kobolds, so I'll go ahead and just roll that.
Okay.
8 kobolds, so I gather 7 random kobolds. Probably 6 spears, 1 axe.
Okay.
And we head off.
Right. Your scout, the one that came to report back, is a kobold named Nidhogg, and he will lead you the way to where these guys were spotted. He stops you maybe a quarter mile out from where they supposedly are, tells you to be quiet, just there, and moves the whole kobold group as stealthily as the little canines will travel until you have sight of this little camp. It's late afternoon. It looks like just the perfect time for a group of people traveling to make camp for the night before the sun gets too low, so they've got time to gather firewood and make up their campsites and their tents and all that jazz, and take care of their horses, of which there is one. It's really a donkey, but you guys are small, so it might be a horse to you. And there, seated around this little campfire, are 4 people. There's a handsome young human man with a short black beard that's well manicured. He's got a long sword laid out across his lap with a whetstone in one hand, and he's kind of just polishing it. He has a suit of chainmail that is draped over a log sitting next to him. Looks like he's still got like the chainmail leggings on, but the shirt came off. Beside him, and a little bit kind of around the fire, 90 degrees, is a woman with delicate features and long black hair. She's got no armor on, but some clothes with like lots of little straps and buckles on them where looks like there are things tucked away. It looks like some sort of purposed adventuring gear. She is playing, what do you call it, just like throwing knives at a tree on the other side of the fire, kind of over the head of the person across from her, who appears to be a priest of some sorts. He's got golden hair, square back, broad shoulders, and he seems to be mumbling something with his eyes closed. He's got an amulet of Martha, of all goddesses, kind of dangling above him, kind of swaying back and forth over the fire. And the 4th member of the group sitting around is a man clad in red robes with an oaken quarterstaff in his hands. He's just kind of gazing into the fire. His back is to you, so you can't really see what he's doing, but he looks like he's just staring straight ahead.
Ooh, all right. I think we will probably confront these creatures, but not right now. What time of day is it? It sounds like it's evening time.
Yeah, it's late afternoon.
So I will send 2 of the party back to the cave to get trapping supplies. So if we've got nets, ropes, I don't have any of the stuff on my... Oh, I do have 50 feet of hemp rope on my character sheet. But I assume the tribe has like fishing nets and things. So I'll send... kobolds are pretty expert cat trappers, right? I think
somewhat,
that's like
yeah.
a racial ability. Anyways, so I'll send 2 back to the cave to get whatever equipment can use to snatch up these no-furs, and maybe bring back another contingent of kobolds. And then when reinforcements arrive, we'll engage. Otherwise, so myself and the 5 others will sort of hide out in the bushes, maybe 100, I don't know, away from the camp, but still like peering from the shadows. Keep an eye on them, making sure they don't move, but not getting too close.
So they're being sent back to get rope, shovels, maybe for digging holes.
Oh
nets.
Yeah, I do have 6 shovels on my character sheet as well. I mean the tribe has. Yeah, so send them back for yeah. So I'll roll, for reinforcements and for those reinforcements to bring our snatching gear.
Okay. One sec here.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, the diminutive race also enjoys setting up concealed pits with spikes, crossbows, and other mechanical traps. They usually have viewports with murder holes. These traps can pour flaming oil, missile weapons, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think... Yeah. So are we spotted in this? So this is probably over the course of hours. So sometime in the middle of that night, we'll probably ambush the party, or at least engage. I mean, I may hear them out. I don't know that I have the same respect for a human priest of Martha, human cleric of Martha, as I would, but it's certainly interesting. So that may give me enough pause to hear them out.
Enough long pause to hear them out?
Yeah. Enough pause. Do they do something, or should I?
No, they're just hanging out around this campfire. You speak a little bit of Common, but I don't think you're getting close enough to overhear them out of risk of spotting yourself.
I mean, I do have a language slot devoted to Common, but we've kind of ruled that it's enough to issue commands to no furs and to, raise a breeding pair of no furs, apparently. Maybe we'll have some more no fur prisoners in a few minutes, or we'll see. I'm going to roll another kobold, so 15 kobolds are going to return. With rope and nets and shovels and we'll meet them, in a little.
So that's a total of 23 kobolds.
Yes,
so that's going to be the entirety of the Red Moon tribe, plus some of the entirety of the Moon tribe, with a few Red Furs or Long Paws who must have been hanging around.
Okay. Cool. Probably not including the pregnant women.
Right. Leaving. Yeah.
So we'll get to kobolding up the woods basically while these humans sleep. I think is what happens, at least for the first couple of hours. So there will just be a circle of kobolds setting up traps around them. I don't know. I don't think we're digging like pit traps. Well, we have a lot of spears. There might be a pit trap. I'll have to think about it. But they're definitely, kobolds hiding out in trees with little fishing nets and rope and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting ready to leap out of the trees on these humans whenever Mama B decides such things are appropriate. Is there someone up keeping watch?
As the sun begins to go down and the figures move into their respective tents to go to sleep, one of them stays up. It's the man with the amulet of Martha that he's been dangling in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's turned and driven a small spike into a tree and is hanging the amulet over the tree and seems to be kneeling before it in some sort of prayer.
I don't have any relevant knowledge proficiencies, but being a cleric myself, I assume I can tell at least if he's casting a spell.
He's not. He just looks like he's in reverent prayer to the dear mother.
Okay. Cool. So the kobold ambush is set. This is probably an hour or two into his watch, and then Mama B, I think, is going to interact with this guy alone. With the as soon as I start howling, with the assumption that as soon as I start howling, 23 kobolds will descend with knives and rope and nets.
Before that goes on, maybe we should figure out what the plan is for the kobold descent upon this party.
I don't think there has been an explicit plan other than to snatch them up like kobolds do. So okay. I think I may change orders, but I think they're basically on their typical alert. When Mama B howls, they are. I mean, we're kobolds.
How many nets do you have? Are you trying to capture all of them, or is this going to be capture one, kill the rest?
I would like to capture as many as possible, disable them. I mean, I will have warned my kobolds that there's likely one or two spellcasters amongst them, so to
that strikes fear in their hearts.
Mama B's a spellcaster. I mean, I'll instruct them to that. Yeah. So that will strike a little fear. Damn it. Sure. So to jump on them, overbear them, tie them up, trap them in nets. I mean, a few may probably get shivved in the process, or And Mama B has plenty of spells at her disposal too. So let's see. We're gonna. Oh, so I'll go ahead. I mean, yeah, I probably should have sent this to you a little while ago, but it's on my PDF already. I haven't even changed it since I opened it up. So there's my spell list from, I guess, last week. We must have had. That's what I was trying to figure out, if we had played since the ogre.
I don't think so.
Because that's not the ogre spell list, but I must have changed it before or after the ogre. So I'm just going to run with it. I'm going to look up Charm Person because I'm planning on starting out.
Wait, that's not 5 Cure Light Wounds and 6 Orisons, is it?
First level. No, that's first level.
First
there
level
are 5
spells.
first level slots, 3 second level slots, 1 third level slot.
And then you get 6 Orisons,
but only
right.
One, yeah. I think it's 6. That may have.
I think it's 4 plus your level, or 3 plus your level.
3 plus your level.
Okay.
I'm level 5, so there should be way more. So I'm wondering if I had already cast. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
so there's 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know.
All right.
Okay.
So the scene is set. Everyone seems to be asleep except for the cleric or priest. You do notice he's got a nasty-looking mace dangling from his side.
So do I. So I think, let's see, Charm Person. It's a range of 80 yards. I assume as soon as the charm is cast. No, will this change? Will this make my presence known? I think I'm going to cast my Shillelagh before casting Charm Person. Is there anything else I want to do? I'm just going to cast everything because I think we'll do it. I'm going to cast Shillelagh, then Aid, then Charm Person. I've also got a prayer. Do I just dump prayer as this is it? We'll see how the Charm Person goes. So it will be pretty clear to the cleric that I am some sort of supernatural kobold mama as I come, into the camp, blessed by Martha with a writhing staff of whatever, vines and thorns. Let's roll. I guess I'll just roll my temp HP. 5 temp HP, sweet deal. Shillelagh, I don't remember how many rounds it lasts, but hopefully this won't matter, because hopefully he fails to save versus spell.
Well, he is surprised by you walking into the camp.
Well, surprised by the Charm Person being cast on him, I think is what's going on. It's got an 80-yard range. I'm probably a ways away. And if it goes successfully, we'll see, actually.
You cast the spell, and the cleric snaps up and starts looking around, clearly disturbed by the presence of something.
Yeah. Is there any indication to me whether it's... I think I'll allow myself to be spotted, I guess. So, off in the woods, probably beyond the light of his embers, he sees, these peering kobold eyes out from my little wolfen hide, clutching this magical blessed staff of Martha. Does he seem to take this as a good omen or as a bad omen?
He gets to his feet and puts the Martha amulet around his neck, lets a hand fall near his mace, but doesn't hold it, and then kind of reaches out his other hand, his palm facing you in a peaceful sign. And squats down and reaches out and says, "Come here, little one. What is that? Are you
I go, crawling, or not crawling, whatever, kobolding towards him, leaning on my Shillelagh.
Look at you. Are you a shaman?
Can I? It seems like he's charmed, right? Can I roll a charisma check to get a gauge on whether he appears to be under the, or would you rather?
I'm just gonna let you play it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who are you, no fur?
Oh, it speaks.
To enter the sacred glade of the mother.
He reaches into a bag on the ground and pulls out some jerky and kind of reaches out towards you. And
does he think that a animal friendship spell works on a kobold? Is that what he's trying to do? Feeding me now? I continue to enter the camp, and I assume that my kobold's probably condense in after, like the whole. I don't know if
He's
like
looking at you, but behind him you can see the eyes of your kobolds glinting in the firelight as their spears raise and they slowly creep forward.
We'll see what happens. So I'll enter his. I'll go approach the fire and sniff at the jerky.
Do you say these are someone else's lands? You know, we're here looking for someone.
These are our lands, I say, whispering now that I'm the fire, trying not to disturb the 3 slumbering humans around us.
Oh.
The Thistle Forest belongs to... to the Moon People.
Moon People? Well, I think it's one of these Moon People we're looking for. Maybe you know them? A few weeks ago, there was a...
I'm eating the beef jerky.
Right. A few weeks ago, there were some Moon People that came into my Nofer's home, he says, trying to piece together your language. and life ended many other Nofers. Do you know who they were?
Nofers angered the forest, angered the mother, captured some of her children.
He pulls out his amulet and kind of holds it up a little bit and says, "The mother abhors violence. The mother like violence. She wants life." That is trying to teach you what you already know.
Life. This forest is life. You Nofers squash that out. Cut down the trees. No, less life after your people are done. What do you come here for? Violence? And life?
Not you, little friend. No. But other kobolds. Do you know the word kobold?
Is the knife or is the knight's sword sheathed in his hand?
It is sheathed, but it's like right next to his bed. He has since taken off his chainmail pants, by the way.
Could Mama B pick up the longsword without waking the knight, or is that
probably?
Like a risky endeavor?
Yeah, you can move to the other side of the cleric and go for the knight's sword.
All right, I think I casually do that, and as casually and as quietly as possible without waking the knight. I would like to, take possession of the longsword.
Okay.
And
when it becomes apparent to the priest that you're going for the sword, he goes, "No, don't touch that. It's dangerous. It's sharp. You could hurt yourself."
Explaining as I am taking possession of the longsword, I say, this tool is a tool of only death. If you really are a servant of the mother, why are you bringing such things into her woods?
Well,
I like to
protection.
think that the cleric just isn't recognizing that Mama B is a kobold right now. My hope with all the magic was that it would seem like I'm some forest spirit or something, some omen from the mother coming down to.
So
protection. Why would you need protection from me?
You never know. It's better to be safe than sorry, right?
If I could show you the kobolds, what would you do with them?
Well, we would capture some of them and bring them back to our people to answer questions and stand trial for murder. Do you know what trial is? Do you have a system of court and law?
I'll make you a deal, Nofer. If you pray with me to the mother for guidance, I'll show you where the kobolds live.
Of course, come here. And he takes his amulet off and hangs it back up on the tree. And scoots to the side, making room for the two of you to, come down before the amulet.
I like lean the longsword, I guess, against myself so that I can I extend a hand for him to pray with me, and I start casting the prayer spell. So I spend a round casting prayer, giving all of my kobolds +1 to their things.
Let me see if he's got. Prayer is a first level or second level spell?
Oh, it's a 3rd level spell.
Okay. Let's see if he's got a spellcraft proficiency.
I mean, I'm doing exactly what I told him we'd be doing.
Yep.
This lovely forest spirit, servant of the mother, has come to pray with him, and I think he even receives the benefits of the prayer spell.
Oh, because he's technically an ally at this moment?
I'm willing to concede that. All 3 of his sleeping friends... oh, no, it's not prayer that gives penalties, is it?
No.
Prayer... And those enemies suffer -1. So his 3 sleeping friends are being cursed. He's inadvertently receiving the mother's blessing in this. And maybe if he's smart, he'll stand aside. And then I continue to keep praying into a second round, but this time I cast Entangle. Oh, no, that would entangle my kobold friends too, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not do that. So I think when the prayer is over, I end the prayer instead of an amen with the howl, and the kobolds just descend from the canopy above. So he's he's pleasantly smiling, glowing in the bliss of Martha.
And then the kobolds come. All right, let's roll initiative. Yeah. I'm going to divide your kobolds up into just a bunch of different groups.
Cool. Should I roll 1d? Should I just roll Mama B's initiative?
Roll for Mama B. Yeah. Okay. You have 22 other kobolds. Oh, that doesn't divide evenly. Well, oh, that could be All right. We'll just do them in groups of 5, and 2 of the groups will just have extras. Okay.
Entangle might actually have been nice, but my kobolds can't move around here. All right, let's Mama B's. I think my club is 3. It might be 4. Anyways, I'll roll an 8.
Okay, and I'm going to roll this guy's surprise check. He is not surprised by the descending kobolds around him, or at least he reacts quickly enough to defend himself as they launch their assault. Where's another D10? Okay. Perfect. So the cleric goes at 8. Mama B goes at 11. One of the groups of kobolds goes way first, though.
If another priest of the same religious persuasion, not merely the same alignment, is chanting when a prayer is cast, the effects combine to +2 and -2, as long as both are in effect at once. Is that actually the chant spell? Would he have had a chant spell to contribute?
I think chant is a second level spell.
I don't know if this refers to if there needs to be a chant or if there.
Is that part of this prayer?
That's part of the prayer spell. It sounds like it might
chanting. I don't think is the spell chant. I think that just means working together.
I think the fact that a second priest of Martha was contributing.
All right, that is a +2 to all of your kobolds and him, and -2 to the sleeping people.
Yep.
All right, your first pack of kobolds descends upon the fighter with a net in hand, tossing the net over him with a natural 18.
Do I not roll for my kobolds? I'll take the 18.
Excuse me. I was going to roll for them since there were so many that it's difficult for Mama B to micro them.
If you say so.
But if you'd rather, you can roll the hit with the net.
No. Well, I can roll future ones or something.
Sure. But the kobolds descend. They toss the net over the fighter, and kobolds take to every corner of it to weigh it down. He wakes up with a start, but has nowhere to go. Just the net in front of him. That's the first set. The second set goes at 7. The rogue of the enemy party wakes up with a start, goes for the set of daggers that he has nearby, right? Because he's not surprised either.
He's asleep, though. I think we get an this was an ambush, I would say, right? So he
That's
doesn't
fair.
go until next
Sure.
round. I mean, maybe he's awake, maybe he's on his feet, but
Sure, we'll consider this whole thing an ambush.
right.
So he's waking up. Then I guess it's just kobolds going. The next set of kobolds, you want to roll for them, are just launching a whole bunch of weapons.
We have those 23, so should we do groups of 5? How many did you put on the fighter?
There's 23, and then there's you. So
Yeah.
22 of others, so groups of 5, and then 2 of the groups will have 6. So a group of 5 went after a group of 6 went after the fighter. A group of
There's
6.
another 18. Oh, and those are all at +2.
Yeah.
So 12 and 10 probably also hit.
Yes, these are all going after the rogue, who has AC 10 because he's just waking up right now. So that's 2 hits and a double crit.
Yeah, I'm thinking if he has if he was able to get weapon in hand, is that how you roll?
No, this is a surprise round, so no.
So I think those are overbear attempts.
Okay.
They shanked him if he could have opportunity attacks, but I think in the ambush they just leap on his limbs.
Okay, so we only need the first die roll on that one then, which is an 18 plus 2 plus 4 for the other kobolds. That's a 24. They overbear the sleeping
He does get a
rogue.
strength check. I'd impose strength check. I don't know what is kobold strength. It was like space of 7, I think, plus 1 per.
Sure.
Right. So I'm thinking
It's
it's
3.5
around
points of strength per size category.
So size small.
So that would be 7 points of strength, right?
Yeah. Plus 4 for the 4 extra. It gets 25.
Yeah. He rolls a natural 10. I'll give him a penalty because he's asleep, and his strength score is below 10 anyway. So.
Yeah. All right. So the rogue is restrained.
Restrained.
Yeah.
A group of 5 goes after the wizard. This group, I think, is probably just being murderous. They're not all going to follow your orders.
Is he asleep still?
He's waking up now that they're pouncing, and he's going for.
Maybe they heed Mama B's warning a little too heavily. So does a natural 10, I assume, hits a wizard?
Yes.
There's no other. Are there other bonuses besides the prayer?
He's lying down, which would be a +4.
Okay, so then the 7 will also. Yeah.
I think he's just slaughtered. He had 1 HP anyway. So the
10 points of
kobold
damage.
spears descend upon him, stabbing over and over. The wizard's robes are stained red with blood, if they weren't already red. And then it's just the cleric.
And a woman. Oh, the woman was a rogue.
Yes.
The delicate woman with delicate features.
Yes. Okay. The cleric goes, seeing these things descend from everywhere. He immediately steps in front of you and puts an arm across you. Says, "Be careful, little friend! They're everywhere!" And takes a mace to swing at one of your kobolds. With an 8 plus 2 is 10. Does that hit your kobolds?
Sure. Well, kobolds have AC 7 with
That's
10
with
in
armor.
parentheses.
Yeah, so it's 10 natural. I don't think.
So if I haven't upgraded their armor, they probably have.
He does 4 points of damage to one of your kobolds. Roll a d4 for their HP. 2. One of your kobolds goes down, and they keep unconscious and bleeding to death. And then it's your turn. The priest back is to you as he defends you against the onslaught of your allies.
I'm gonna lead an overbear against this priest, telling him, no life taking.
All right.
I do have a command, but so I'll go ahead and roll as Mama B for the overbear.
Yep, and I think you have 5 more kobolds that haven't attacked this round that are going to join you on this.
So my Thaco gets me a +2, plus another +2 for the prayer. Does aid stack with prayer? Or no?
I don't know.
Gives the benefits of a bless. I'll just roll with +4.
And then
plus
another
2
for back attack. Yep.
So +6. I'm not using the shillelagh. 19 ought to do it.
Yeah.
He does get probably 1 opportunity attack against another kobold.
He'll take it as they come at him. 11 plus change is a hit. And 7 points of damage. He smashes a kobold and probably breaks some bones. But that's his only opportunity attack.
Yeah. Strength check. I get a 31.
Oh yeah, you bring him down, no problem.
We remove the mace. The rope comes out, and we begin binding and gagging the 3 living Nofers.
Eventually, he realizes that these are your kobolds. And he looks at you with the most hurtful, betrayed eyes you've ever seen in a Nofer.
Mm-hmm. I gently touch his cheek. One day you understand.
Your party is gathered around, whooping and calling and howling with the victory. They're so very excited.
Okay. I will tend to the 2 wounded kobolds, so one of them should be salvageable with an orison. What about the one that he just opportunity attacked in the face?
He took 7 damage, so an orison will heal him up unless he's...
Well, no. Oh,
is that negative 6 then?
Kobolds, I think, only go to -5. So
okay.
We've got one dead.
One dead.
A life for a life, eye for an eye, and one is saved with an orison.
Okay, I'm going to randomly determine from which pack this guy came. Ooh, it is not your pack. It is a Longpaw kobold, down by 1. Ooh. Her name was Connar.
Her name was Connar.
Okay.
I would like to guilt trip the priest. Her name was Connar, and you ended her life. The mother weeps for Connar and Red no fur.
I think he's gagged, so he can't say anything in response.
We take the prisoners and all of their equipment back to the cave.
Okay. You bring everything back to the cave, and I think this is a perfect place to take our first break. And when we come back from the other side, we'll see what Mama B does with her 3 new prisoners. Bye.